We're fitting a Tcs Cn Decoder into an Atlas RS1 right now on the Spokane Northern, so let's go. Hello and welcome. I'm Reed from the Spokane Northern, and if you're new here, it's your first time, please subscribe, hit the bell icon and you'll see more of my future videos. Anyway, today we're going to do a fitting a TCS Cn splitboard decoder into an Atlas RS1. A lot of people think that sitting there actually having a hardwire decoder in is a very scary and daunting task, but it's fairly easy if you just take your time and you don't rush. This is a splitboard decoder, but the techniques I'll show you can be used probably on any hardwire decoder. So anyway, enough of me going on again. Let's go and fit this decoder. So let's go. One. All right, let's look at the tools and I'll be using to install the decoder. First things first, we need a loco. So there's the split frame Atlas RS1 chassis. There's its body, box. Right, so as you can see, here's the decoder. There's one half of it, and there's the other half. So they just fit. So they just slide in like that. As you can see, there's not a lot of room here, so I use my Dremel, and I just when I pull the frame apart, just take out a bit of that so the wires will fit in neatly, and I usually get rid of that little knob bit there so I can bring the wires up from the motor. So that's that. Of course, then we've got a couple pairs of tweezers, flat and Phillips head screwdrivers. What else we got? Oh yes, some Teflon tape so we keep the shorts away. I've got solder, the old flux. Of course, those two need a soldering iron, very handy. What else we got? As I said, Dremel. Some people don't like using Dremels for this, so you should do proper milling. I don't know, it works for me. I've just got this little portable vise, which I've actually just put some foam in there, and I've actually put the frame in there when fitting the decoder. Just seems to make it a bit steadier, especially from old shaky hands like me. What else? Oh yes, I just use a white marker, which I'll show you what happens with that later. Oh yes, and just the little pair of scissors comes in handy. Yep, and that's about everything we need to do it. So let's get on and put a decoder in that. Alright, so there we have it. So let's pull it down, eh? And I'll just use the box it came in. Where are we? Okay. Keep all the bits and pieces. Alright, so basically, as I take it apart, I keep everything in the same side. So if it comes off, well, my right, you'd be looking at my left. My right, I can leave it there, left, that way. that way everything goes back together the way it came off, and hopefully that helps it run properly. Doesn't always work. So, oh, yeah, that might help. Okay. Okay, so there's frame. And I'll definitely be cleaning all that up, because as you can see there's a lot of grease in there. I've never actually seen a Leica that greasy and brand new, so that's something we'll do a bit later. Actually, makes life a bit hard. Alright, so there's the old decoders, old boards. So as I'll just show how that one will fit, hopefully, straight in like that. So, alright, so anyway, what so I was saying with the paint, white paint, what I do just to make sure everything stays let's get a bit of that paint out. This little bit of cardboard. It's the old business card. I just get, I just use a skewer. And so I put just a dab, so that oil might play with it. Just a dab of paint there and there. And this one a bit bigger. This one just put 2. Yeah, so you look at that and you know that that's the outside that's got to come sit back up. And I've made those 2 big long ones, so I know that they go on my right side, and these are 2 little dots, so I know they'll go on my left side. So that way we know exactly where everything came from. And I'll just put a little dot on the bottom of the motor, so I know that's the way the motor sits back in. So that way, technically, it should all run nicely. So, tweezers. Right, and I'll just leave that on that side. And if the little bugger will come out. New. Put that one on that side. Okay, I'm just going to pop the motor out. And well, the motor's pretty self-explanatory. So there we go. Okay, we've got 2 of these little ones, not the big ones. Let's pull the tabs out. There for one side and there for another side. So, but that shouldn't make much difference. Okay. So then we put the shell back together quickly. We'll look and go rightio. So what I'll do, I'll just get this pen. So I know to get the wires in, I've just got to trim down there like that. So it doesn't have to be much, just enough to get, because the wires are quite thin, but just enough so I can get them in there. So let's go and mill that out, eh? One. Alright, so I've got it in the vise. Not the foam just protects the frame, and as I said, just makes it a little bit easier. As I said, I just use a standard cutting disc, and yeah, let's make some noise.
All right, that's enough. We'll find out shortly. All right, well, frame's milled. Actually, something I did forget to mention while doing it. If you ever do any milling or anything like that, always wash the frame out. I just run it under some water, rub it with a brush, old toothbrush, just to make sure there's no bits of filings in there which will play complete havoc with your model train. So while that's drying, I have to wire up the oh, excuse me, put the wires connected to the motor, right? So how's my soldering iron going in? It helps if you turn the soldering iron on. Okay, anyway. So what I'm going to do, I just, so you have this is an older one. The newer ones actually have the motor tabs that are either side. This is an older one I had repaired. So you have your orange and wherever it is hiding, and the grey wire, the two motor wires. So this is the main board. This is the board you put at the front of the loco. So because I'm running an SPS RS1, they ran them long nose forward, so I'll be putting this in the long hood. If you model somewhere where they model short hood first, like if you're say in a Jeep 60 or a low nose Jeep 35, something like that, this one goes at the front end. So yeah, pretty simple. So anyway, yeah, so the orange one usually goes to the top, and so I've got my little dot there telling me that's the bottom, so I know that. So that's, and the grey wire goes on there. So that's see if my soldering iron's hot enough to get these off. Okay, so let's put that aside. Now, best just to get, you don't need all that, so I usually just cut it down to, so it's just that little bit still there. Okay, so top one's flatten that out a bit. Okay, here's my arm. Alright, so it's got to get some bit of flux. Alright, so let's pour a little bit of flux on that one, or in my case a heap of flux. Where to put the solder. Right, so we'll just put it, dab there, and turn it over. Okay, well, since we've got this one up, might as well. So you can see, white dot, so I know that's the grey, it's the bottom one. A little bit flux on there. working out very well. Oh, there we go. Should have thought of that before. Okay. Okay, so there's the bottom one on. Around the other way, get the orange wire. Turn that around like that a bit. Okay. So there's top wire and the bottom wire. Alright, now cap on tape. There is, there we are. Definitely, if you're doing decoder installations, good investment. Alright, so okay, so we've got okay, see, there's a little problem we got. This is too wide for that, so I've got to do a quick trim. Not the most beautiful trim in the world, but no one's going to see it, are they? Alright, so let's start there. I'm finding funny little things. Okay. There might be a bit of overkill on the tape, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so that's that part done. So come back, the frame should be dry, we'll fit it in. Okay, so frame's dry. So let's bring the wires up out of my way here. Okay, beautiful. Actually, that's not too bad at all. Okay, so there, I know Atlas on these RS units have got this little thing in there and it moves out of position, nothing fits back in where it's meant to. Okay, I think we have success. Alright, so as I said, got my little paint and my long stripes were for my right, so we're videoing, so it's being a pain. And because we get the other one, I've got 2 dots, means my left. Okay, so we have that. Then alright, so now you can see groove for the wires to go through. Well, I think with this they're only going to be very short, because that's where the front Lyco is, so okay. I suppose we should go and test it to make sure it's not shorting. Let's do that. Well, I went and tested it and there was no problem, but just discovered something with this. Where are we? There we go. That these little things won't go in there. Because unlike these must be the like old RS1 chassis, because the RS3s, they newer ones just slide straight in. But they've got to actually trim, mill a bit of the frame underneath where the pads join so I can slide it in. It's wide enough, it's not going to be too wide for the, but just they've got that. So we'll be back shortly after I fix that. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I fixed that little problem, but while I was actually at it, I found out just here, I had to mill all, move that over a bit. Actually had to mill down in here and there, all the coater was sticking up like that. So, another problem fixed. This is a learning experience for me. I've never done an RS1. Now I know what I'm doing, because I've got another one to do, plus I think my dad's getting one, so he'll probably want me to put a decoder in for him. So, anyway, let's continue on decoding this logo. Alright, so I'll just put it back in my little file. It's good having the foam there, so you can tighten it up just enough, but it won't damage anything. So, alright, so as you see, I've got the other board in. So then we've got the main board. That's something I do have to do while I think about it. So I need to put some coupling tape in there just to very tight fit, and I don't want to have a decoder explode on me. They cost too much. Like when out in Australia, you're looking at about $60 to $70 depending on where you buy them from. Okay, I've made that way too long. That's all right. Okay. Get that there. Hopefully. Alright, trim that off. Okay, so it also helps if I put it on the right way. I'm like Steve from It's My Road, except not as funny. And there goes someone walking in the front door. Alright, so there's that in there. Hopefully that's focusing on that. Okay. Alright, so I'll leave those for a second. Alright, so as I said before, just get those out of the way. Now, where are we? Alright, so what we do, I think it's also just trim and tin these up. Okay, so this one, alright. Yellow pad over here, and a black one goes in the middle. Probably should be using some, oh, get in there. And the blue one goes on that side. So I might just trim that one down as well. Alright, so there's those connected. Now, so now the motor wires. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put the orange one on there. And where's the grey one? And I might trim that one down. Okay. So hopefully we've done that properly and all will work. You just, and the other thing, just don't cut these to length until you make sure it works, because there's no use cutting it all down and then finding you've got to pull everything apart because you haven't insulated the motor properly or tabs aren't connected. So anyway, let's go and see if it works. Alright, we got it on the track. Let's see what happens. Oh, we have forward light. We have reverse light. Okay, hopefully it moves. Nope. Okie dokie. And hopefully it comes back. A bit jerky, might just need to give the wheels and track a clean, but we have success. Hopefully, when I shorten the wires up, it'll still work. So here's hoping. So, there we go. So the wires tightly cut to that little groove. So now it's ready for revenue service. So put the shell back on it. Yeah, voila. So let's go play some trains, eh? Alright, so that's how you install a Tcs Cn Decoder into an Atlas RS1, which makes it the Atlas RS1, RS3 is the same. They also fit the lifelike hard wires, like the C424 there. Basically any board with a split board decoder uses the same techniques, and you can do it. You've just got, I said, with the milling, you've just got to watch it, as I found out there, with that old Atlas Kato sort of frame. A lot more milling than I expected, but got it in, got it to work, and very happy. So now I've just got to do the other one. So as I said, simple techniques that can be used in any scale doing a hardwire decoder, as long as you make sure you've insulated the wires from the frame and from the motor. Simple. I'm not too sure on how to do lights on the hardwire coders without the lights in them. That's something I've got to learn to do, so maybe that'll be another video one day. So anyway, so that's that. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, as you can see, I've changed where I stand. So I had a complaint from one of my subscribers that he couldn't see the full Spokane Northern sign. And the funny thing is that complaint came from my brother-in-law. Thank you, Pete. I love you. You're a great broker. So anyway, well, that about wraps this one up. Hope you found it useful. Hope you can use these techniques when you attempt to put up decoder into a loco. So, as I said, if you're new here, please subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be informed of my upcoming videos. So of course, as always, like, comment down below, good or bad, I don't mind. It's all feedback. And if you know anyone who think this would be useful for them, please feel free to share it. So anyway, that about wraps it up. So I'm going to go and put this RS1 into some work. And we'll thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye.